What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Today we're finally getting on the 1998 Mitsubishi Eclipse. This car I got for like $400 from an auction in Florida. That's right, it's saltwater, flooded, hurricane damaged, and then it was also transport damaged as well. So this thing's gonna be a problem child, but it's time we get on it, guys. It also came with no keys. It should be a ton of fun. So we're gonna try to jump into this as much as possible before we lose daylight, guys. Here it is, the $400 1998 Mitsubishi Eclipse Spider. This is a GS, and I think this is a 4G, I can't remember, I can never remember. I know the 4G63, this is not, unfortunately. This is not the 4G63, it's like a 4G 6.4 or something. It's a single overhead cam, and I believe it's a 2.4 liter. These are great, reliable little engines, guys. They really are. And over here is the tag that'll tell you that it is a 4G6.4 right there. Good old DSM. And then right here, we've got a date. I'm not sure what that says exactly. An oil change. This car has under 100,000 miles. Like 98,000 miles on the odometer. The timing belt was recently replaced. That's on the Carfax report. Timing belt, water pump, all of that good stuff. It's got a pretty good looking body. Tires are, you know, they're okay. They're all right. The water line for the flood showed to be pretty low, which is why I was interested in it. But when it got here, I realized the water line was not accurate. And then we have this issue. Take a look at that wheel. Mainly from this angle. Do you guys see what I see? That's not right. Yep, that wheel is actually severely bent in like this. There's something very wrong there. I peeked under it, and I found that the rear lower control arms are completely bent. They're destroyed. Absolutely destroyed. So, what it looks like to me happened, and you see this one's the same way, but this one is bent in like this. Take a look at this, guys. I mean, that's pretty gnarly, man. Maybe from this angle, it gives you a better idea of how bent that is. Yeah, the control arms got bent, and from what I can tell, it looks like the forks actually did some damage, man. When they put those forks from the loaders under here, they got under it and just completely crushed the rear lower control arm. So even if we get it running, I don't think we can drive it like this, guys. It wouldn't be safe. I had a locksmith come by, and he cut a key for it, and that's as far as we got with this car. I don't know if the engine's locked up. I don't know if it's got water in the engine. The battery I took out. I put on charge because it was completely dead. Let's check the oil. Oh, she's well overfilled. That's a little unfortunate. Yeah, she's actually very overfilled quite a bit. So that means most likely there is going to be water in the engine. So remember, the flood line, the water line is down here. Let's take a look at the interior and try to figure out where that flood line actually is. Oh my, take a look at this. The good news is the window works, because this window was stuck down and it had a bag covering it up. We also have some damage over here that I don't think was here. Damage to this mirror. The mirror glass is missing. Something, probably in transport, banged the heck out of this. And then we've got the same type of damage, scraping all over this fender right here. So something was just banging around, a scratch right here. It's an older car. I'm not terribly upset. So far, it looks like all the damage is minor. Mileage is actually 91,700 miles. So not bad on the miles. Now to try to figure out how high the water got. That's a little tricky. I can see mold growing all the way up to, I don't know, can you guys see it? Maybe here? Maybe it got up to, boy, that's high. That's actually really high. It definitely got over the seats. Okay, you can see the rust and stuff in the seats. The back seat, you can see the water line in the back seat as well. Definitely, there's some salt, like crystallization. Oh, I think I see it. Maybe that's the water line right there. You see this? Right here? If you look in here, everything is wet. Everything is wet. Oh, wow. Look at those crystals. And that looks like part of the mirror. Wow. Okay. Oh man, a lot of paperwork for this car. I did look around through the interior and I found some paperwork for the original owner. In this instance, I decided not to bother trying to reach out to him to get any information. Obviously, waterline was pretty good in this car. It's probably over here. Take a look in here too. Look how nasty that is. So waterline was definitely over. That was over the cassette player. It doesn't look like it got this high. So fuse box. Oh, where is the fuse box? There it is. Oh, we got a fuse missing in there too. I wonder what that goes to. Somebody's already been in here. So here's the fuse cover and heater relay, cigarette lighter. That's probably the cigarette lighter that's missing, and that would make sense. It is the second one on the bottom, which is the defogger. Interesting. Okay, the key has been cut, so we do have a key. We're about to find out if the engine's locked up, but before we do that, I think we should probably pull the spark plugs. We'll do this one right. See the key here? It's stuck. I don't know if you gotta have power, but the locksmith could not get the key back out of it. And then we have this. It just goes into all these gears without pushing the brake or any of that. So, yeah, okay. Overall though, honestly, not a bad looking little car. And there's your oil change sticker, 12/16 of 2024 at $94,699. So this thing literally had just had the oil change, probably in September. And then poof, you know, that's how this goes sometimes. I'll be interested to see if the convertible top works. Do all the windows work? Probably not. And most importantly, how much water is in this engine, because we can tell there's water in here for sure. Oh, wow. Come on, give me the... Good golly, really? There we go. I'm a little concerned to see, I see rust on the top of this stuff too, and that leaves me wondering, did we get water over? No. No, none of this is corroded or rusted, so the water didn't get that high, so that's good. I don't see any signs of water intrusion into the spark plug well. I know you guys can't really see in there, but let me break all of these loose. You know, honestly, before we do anything with this, man, we should drain the oil, put some fresh oil in this, and obviously bore scope these cylinders. So let me start with getting the plugs out. I'll go grab some tools. I wish I had my shop available to me. Unfortunately, it's full of it's full of other cars that need work. So let's see what we can do with what we got out here. All right, so let's fast forward a little bit, guys. We've got the borescope out here. And if we can find a safe place to put it, we'll start borescoping these cylinders. Let me try to get you in a place where you can see. And get down in there. There we go. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That is a nice, clean cylinder, isn't it? Oh, if the rest of them look like this is going to be great news, guys. This looks really good. Moving over to the next cylinder. Come on. Here we go. And, oh, yeah. Very nice. Very nice. Boy, these cylinders are clean. Even still has cross-hatching. That's impressive. Let's go down to the next one. And verdict is also valves open in this one. Both intake valves are open. Wow, look at that. Guys, that is just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So it doesn't look like any water got into the cylinders on this one. Come on, get down and, oh, nice. Would you just look at that? I know there's a reflection. Sorry, guys, not much I can do about that, but look at that. That is beautiful. Oh, the cross hatching is phenomenal on this. Okay, so that's what I was looking for. No water in the cylinders at all. I expected it to be flooded. I did. That's a great sign, guys. Now, my next question is, why does it appear that the oil is overfilled if there's no water in the engine? Not even any rust, no sign that water got in there. Oh, perhaps, maybe it was just overfilled when they did the oil change. Ah, wait a minute. On this side, it's not overfilled. On this side, it appears overfilled, but on this side, it's actually normal. Guys, I don't think there's water in this at all. I don't. Are you kidding me? Here's the air filter. It's hard to see down there, but I don't see anything wrong down there. And take a look. Here's the spark plugs that came out of it. They are NGK BKR5 EGP. So let's take a look at them real quick. Let's see if we can get you guys down here where it's a little less blurry. Looks good. Same thing here. Looks good. Spark plugs actually look great. And again, come on. These actually look really, really good, guys. Huh. Okay. I am in a really good mood. The only problem we're going to run into here, I think, is if the starter got covered in water. If it did, then it's not going to try to crank at all. Oh, that's just how this goes. Starters get wet. Oh, no. Look, even the radio is trying to come back to life here. Oh, it wants a code. The starter. See, even with the key, with power to the car, the key won't come out. Yeah, see, it doesn't lock. I think somebody broke something. Yeah, so great. Dead starter. That's something I can't fix right here and now. I hear the relay. Hear it? I hear the relay, but nothing from the starter. Oh, man. Come on. I'm hoping. I don't even know where the starter's located on this. All right, well, let's turn on the lights. Looks like the lights are working. Signals? Yeah. Sort of. Shows half a tank of gas. Guess my next question is, I know this window works because it showed up with it down and now it's up, so important window works. Less important window works. What about these back ones? Yeah? Really? And lastly, well, how about the convertible top? Let's try it out. I shouldn't even be worried about this right now, but I gotta know. No way. No way. No way. The top even works. Wow. If only the starter would engage. Well, why don't we get out? Let's see what the car looks like with the top down and check to see if all the lights are working. This is kind of unexpected, guys. Oh man, it's actually a pretty slick looking car. That top needs to go down further. There's got to be something holding that up. There we go. There it goes. That's it. Just needed a little help. It's full of water and salt. I don't know if you can see it under the top. You guys see that down there? Oh, wow. So water may have got way higher than we thought. Yeah, you know why? Because when I was going through the glove box, it was wet. So I pulled out a bunch of, oh, come on. There's the wheel lock key. Manual seats, do they work? Nope. Oh no, no, they're frozen. Come on. Great. Okay. Well, and then somebody's obviously been into this. Look at this, completely rusted. And what about under here? Ooh. Oh yeah, oh, it's still wet. It's still wet under there. Oh my, yeah. She's gonna need a little bit of love, guys. This one's a little rough. but a lot of stuff is working, just not the starter, unfortunately. Yeah, headlights, corner lights. I mean, that's nice. We gotta figure out where the starter is, guys. I don't know if it's on top or on the bottom. I see the transaxle. Where's the trans dipstick? Right here. Let's check the trans, see what it looks like. Automatic. I mean, honestly, actually looks pretty good. Let's put some on this white here and see what it... Woo! Yeah. I've seen better. Okay. Well, that's disappointing, to say the least. Let's put this back on. Coolant. Oh yeah, nice, bright green coolant. Guys, everything actually looks pretty damn good on this car. We just got to get to the starter. Maybe we could get to it by tapping on it. I'm sure one of these fuses is the starter fuse here. Both of them are good. These are 100 amp and 50 amp. So I'm certain, and I can hear the relays clicking for the starter. So I'm sure that the signal's getting to the starter. The problem is it's not trying to turn. So let me go grab a Phillips screwdriver. Let's try to take this intake box off. And let's take a look down there with a hammer and maybe see if we can persuade the starter to come back to life. So after removing some of these intake pieces, I found that no water came through this air filter. It's very clean. However, you can clearly see that sand and stuff, debris, is on top of the transmission here, the transaxle. So water definitely came up pretty high. The starter actually sits, I've been beating on it a little bit. I haven't tried to start it yet, but right here, can you see where that, right there, sits right there. There's the positive lead, and over there is the signal wire going to it. So it looks like I can see a water line coming up the intake manifold runner down there. And it looks like water probably got up to about right here. So I mean, it got pretty high. So the chances of the starter coming back to life are, that's slim to none, guys. Slim to none. And you probably, no. Dang it. I've been absolutely beating the heck out of that starter, hoping. I even put it in neutral. Yeah, you can hear the relays. I'm not even sure if I hear a fuel pump. It sucks that the key will not come out of the ignition. Come on. Yeah, I think we're gonna need a starter for this one. And the kind of sad thing about that is I think you got to get to it from underneath the car. I don't really see any way of getting to it from up here. I mean, it's through all of these hoses, through all of this mangled mess. I can't even get my hands under there, you know what I mean? And even if we do, I still don't think I've heard the fuel pump come on, and that's going to be a whole other problem in and of itself. Dang it. Yeah. Let me beat on this thing a little more. Who knows, maybe we can bring that starter back to life, but honestly, it is almost impossible to bring a saltwater flooded starter back to life, guys. Once the salt water gets into it, it's pretty much dead. Well, I guess we're going to try this again. I also checked the just to see if there's any water in there. I don't know if you can even see inside. Right there, sort of, you can kind of see, right? In the intake there, no signs of water intrusion at all. I don't believe any water got into the engine at all on this one, guys. Run out of daylight. I'm running out of luck. I disconnected the switch. No. To the transmission, the park, reverse, neutral switch. I don't know. Come on. Nothing. Hazard lights? Yep. I mean, literally. Blower? Yes. Literally, almost everything works on this car. I wonder if there's a way of... I already know it's the starter, guys. Yeah, I know it's the starter. And again, do we have a check engine light that comes on? I don't see one. I see SRS, brake light, oil, battery. We got all kinds of lights, but I don't see anything from a computer. You see that? Wouldn't the check engine light be over there somewhere? How much you want to bet we've got no communication with the electronic control module in this? My guess would be the computer's probably on the floor. Oh man, it's locked. Great, and the key's stuck in the ignition. Oh man, I need like Hornworks. I need a second key for this. That's what I need. And I need to figure out where the electronic control module is, because I've got a hunch. Yeah, without a check engine light, guys, even turning the key like this, we got absolutely nothing. Headlights all day long. You think the fog lights work? Let's take a look. Yeah, even the freaking fog lights work, and you know those were completely submerged underwater. So, a couple questions. This one's getting a little tough. But where is the engine computer in this car? That's very important. And then also, how do you get the starter out? Is this one that you got to go from underneath, or is this one of those that you got to take the intake manifold off to get to it? I wouldn't think you got to take the intake off to get to it. I can see the starter just fine. I can't see getting to it from the top. I mean, she's kind of buried where that red wire is that you're pointing at right now, where my light is. That is the starter. You can clearly see where I've been beating on it. I've jiggled the wires by hand, and it ain't doing any good. I can hear the relays, so give me a few minutes, guys. Let me do a little bit of research and see if there's something we can figure out today, because obviously it's getting dark and we're gonna run out of daylight. Well, I think I found where the computer is and it ain't good. Let's go around this side and take a look. I've had to do some Googling. I'm not entirely familiar with this generation of Mitsubishi Eclipse, but a couple things. I can't seem to find anything online about how to change the starter on a third gen. And then the seat being stuck forward on this, I don't think is helping anything at all. I've got no room to work here. I've pulled the carpet back. It's relatively dry, but I think I see the computer. I could be wrong. I think, but look at all the rust though, guys. You see all that? All the way up here too. I mean, it's just rust everywhere. Yeah, this is great. The computer, let me see if I can get you guys down here. I believe is right there where those yellow plugs are. You see them? I think that's the computer right there. Yeah, it definitely got soaked, and that doesn't look like a weather sealed computer. I guarantee that computer is shot. Now, how to get it out of there? That's the question. You got a giant pigtail running. I promise you, that's the computer. That's the computer, and it's going to be totally shot. So, yeah, we wouldn't have a fuel pump, maybe not even have a starter either for that matter. But I mean, when I turn the key, I do hear the relay for the starter clicking. So this one's not going to be the easiest to save. I'm going to have to do a little more research on this. And then, I think I'm going to have to order a starter. I'm going to have to pull out the computer, order a computer, and then we're going to have to just cross our fingers that the wiring under there is still good. The fuse panel looks okay. I'm going to put a light on it so you can see it a little bit better. The fuses look all right. Let's see if we can get you. You see what I mean? Oh, there's a lot of fuses missing in this, guys. Hold on a minute. Let's plug some fuses in this thing. I may need to get out the voltmeter. I'm starting to wonder if maybe we don't have a popped fuse or two under here. Well, boy, as it turns out, this one's going to be this one I think is going to be a little bit of a doozy, man. I took off the panel on this side so you can see under it too. I don't know what this module is right here, but it's probably bad. I did go through the fuse panel and everything that needs to be good is good. I'm certain. Oh yeah, take a look at that. Look at that computer module. I think that right there is the numbers that I need off the computer. It's completely corroded and trashed. A couple bolts holding it to the firewall. It looks like a couple bolts holding it to the floor. Definitely corrosion on the negative. And we won't know for sure until we start really getting into this, man. How bad those wires are under there. I don't know how well you can see them, but it doesn't look that bad. But that computer is definitely shot, so dang it. I was hoping we could at least get it to crank in this video, guys, but there's no way. There's no way. First and foremost, that computer, and I should probably order a starter just to be safe. And even then, guys, I don't know. We may be fighting a losing battle on this one. You guys ready to see what I pulled out from under there? I got her did, man. It's pretty rough. Now, I've taken the screws out of the computer, so I'm hoping that it just... No, I was hoping it would just... There we go, hold on. Kind of... Oh. That's shiny. Yeah. All right, let's get a little closer to the light here. And, you know, surprisingly, it doesn't look that bad. I mean, it's pretty bad, guys. But on the plus side, all the little connectors and the pins in here are actually okay. I mean, there is some corrosion. Obviously, this board is no good. We've got like mold and salt, corrosion all over this. I'm going to take out, there's 4 screws that hold this on to the bottom piece, which I assume also serves as some kind of a heat sink. Let's take this board completely out and have a closer look at it. Obviously, this is trash. I'm going to need a whole new ECM for this. But hopefully this is something we can still find. Well, guys, daylight has come and gone. Let's see. Come on. I'm dying to see what this looks like. Why won't this come off? Oh, these... What is this? It's attached. Whatever this ceramic thing here is, it's like it's... I mean, it's rusted beyond... Oh, wow. It's rusted beyond belief, but it's like attached to the side of the case. So it almost looks like you have... There we go. Ooh, wow. Yeah, that's that's no good. That's no good at all. So I was right. The control module is going to have to be replaced in this one. Not too big of a deal to get to. Wasn't too hard to get out. Hopefully, with the computer unplugged, we can still access, pull up the roof and the windows. I also want to show you guys the condition. Ignore the beeping. I know it's annoying, but here's the connectors for the computer. All right, I know it's a little difficult to see, but take a look in these. They look great. They do have some minor corrosion. I will hit those with a wire brush and some very, very expensive electrical contact cleaner. Same thing with this one. Let's see. We have one pin that's green on this one. I obviously will clean these up really, really well. I think the wiring harness is going to be fine. If anybody knows what this Denso part number is, it's an MR219764. Let me know. I don't know if this is like an airbag module or... It's not corroded though, at all. Like, a lot of the electronics are surprisingly well protected from moisture. I'm going to take this computer case home right here because it's got the important number that I need on it, which is, hold on, let me turn this over, which is right here. Now do me a favor, guys. There it is. It's a MR377671. Then I don't know which number is important. Underneath it is a G1T16380E. Underneath that is a 7610. So I don't know which one of these numbers is important, but I need this computer. So if you guys happen to find it online somewhere, give me a holler, and I really need that. And then I'm going to try to find a starter just to be safe, because I'm certain the starter is shot. I'm going to see if I can put the convertible top back up, get the windows back up, and with any luck, we can close out this video knowing, at least for now, the parts that we need. Rear control arms, a control module, and for sure, a starter. Well, such is life, right? I really tried. I was hoping we'd be able to get this thing running in this video. You win some, you lose some. What's that old saying? You miss 100% of the shots you never take. You can't win if you never play the game. I'm not saying that we lost on this, okay? I do have some high hopes for it. Being that the engine looks like water never touched it, the transmission fluid's a little dark, but it doesn't look like there's water in the transmission either. I think with the new control module and a little bit of work on the wiring, we can in a starter, we should be able to bring this thing back to life. I really think this car is going to run again. So stay tuned for the next videos on this car. I love it when we simply bring them here and we get them running in the same video. Unfortunately, when you're talking about cars that have been like 50% or more underwater, that's not exactly a realistic expectation, guys. So follow me along on this journey. Let's see if we can bring this old 98 Eclipse back to life again. I'd love to get it back on the road, running and driving. Maybe I'll hold on to it, or maybe I'll just put it back up for sale. Obviously, for what I paid for it, it's going to be kind of hard to beat a deal like this if we can get it running and driving. So if you enjoy this type of content, hit the thumbs up button and let me know. Consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already subscribed. And until next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon in the next one.